Good morning YouTube, what is going on guys? I'm at the beautiful Scarborough Bluffs, about half an hour away from my house. Check that view. Today we were gonna get some landscape photography and I thought what better place than here. Like just look at this. Look at this. It goes so on and on and on. So we're gonna get a closer look. I'll see you in the next clip. Alright, now getting a closer look at these guys. Gonna try to get a shot looking straight up. I love that perspective when you're right underneath it, just looking straight up. It just makes you look so tiny and the mountains look so much bigger. Yeah, huge. Oh my gosh, look at the way it almost looks like it's like sculpted. How like erect it is perfectly. Look at that. What the heck? This perfect path here too. This would be perfect for framing if you guys saw it last video, or those leading lines if I had a subject, the person I came with. Right there. I can get them, the path, and the mountain right in the back. Man, that'd look epic. I use the zoom lens. It's something that looks really good sometimes is, so if you can see we have that, right? We got the peak right there. Now in front of it we have all these like, what do you call them, like cattails and just little branches, you know, kind of like getting in between it, getting in front of it. Now usually, you know, you don't want that, you want to cut that out, but sometimes it can look nice because it adds like a sense of depth, right? So if I focus on that mountain and I have these cattails or things like that out of focus, it just adds that sense of depth because look how close the cattails are, right? They're right in front of me and the mountain's way back there. So showing that, you can use that to your advantage sometimes. So that's what I did. And I think it looked all right. I'm gonna check back when we get back home. Now it's this big guy. Woo! So this is how, oh my gosh, dude, I'm so happy right now. I wanted to get here last time, and now I found the path. This is dope, my dude. What the heck? Look at this, look at this. So here we got a nice little like private beach, right? And then look, all of them right there. Now, what I'm trying to do with this bluff right here, so if you can see this tree right there, right? Right up there, right there. It's the only tree that's popping up, so I want to use that as perspective. Whoa. I want to use that as perspective, so I'm going to try to use that as the rule of thirds, right? So I'm going to try to place that right on the third line of the image and use this bluff as the rest. Holy crap. Okay. So I'm literally right here. Okay, crouching down, and sometimes what looks really sick is if you get a lower angle. So if you crouch down, right, and you're basically one with the water, right, you're basically right in a line with it, so it's parallel, right? Look what I mean. So we have this, if I'm looking down, or like this, right? I'll put up some of the photos up. Look how close they are. Alright guys, what is up? We got the tripod here. Excuse the waves if they're a bit loud, but I wanted to just kind of explain why I love landscape photography or videography so much. So originally it was supposed to be a portrait shoot, right, with the girl, but it just didn't work out, and at first I was like, damn, you know, I can't make a video now, this kind of sucks, but why I love landscape photography so much is you can do it completely solo. It's just you, and that's why I consider myself more of a landscape or adventure photographer. I do 90% of these shoots alone, and I'd recommend you guys to at least have landscape photography in your arsenal if you are an outdoor photographer, because the best feeling, man, is knowing that you can just shoot alone. Like, you don't have to depend or rely on anyone. It's just you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need anyone. I have a tripod here. I don't even need a cameraman. And there's something so relieving and almost like euphoric of just being alone in nature. You know what I mean? Like, when I saw this, I was just blown away. You know what I mean? And if I was with a friend, I don't know if I might have got that same full experience. So definitely try landscape photography for yourself, or at least solo shooting. Have that in your arsenal. I think it's great. Anyways, that's the end of this. I have work soon, so I'm gonna see you guys back home, maybe the next day or at the next spot. Peace. Good morning, guys. What is up? It's the next day. I was just editing up the majority of the photos here on Lightroom, and I decided again, I'm gonna edit up 1 to 2 on Lightroom with you guys, take you through it, show you my tips, tricks, any help I can give with this on my landscape photography. So let's hop on over to Lightroom. Alright guys, what is going on? Here we are with the voiceover in Lightroom. So I have about 10 of these photos edited up all around here, and the 2 I'm going to edit right here. So let's get straight to it. I start editing from the bottom up. Alright, let's go to grain and bring that guy up to about 30, 40%. Get a bit of grain, a bit of those moods in there. The size of the grain, let's bring that up. Boom, let's go up and move to this guy right here, the vignette. Let's get rid of that by about 50%. I like a little bit of vignette, not too much though. I don't want a huge black circle, right? Let's move up to sharpness. Bring that to about 50%. I like my photos fairly sharp, not too sharp, not too fuzzy. Let's move up. Ignore the HSL tab for later. Possibly not. Possibly. Let's move up to here, the tone curve, and get a nice S curve going. Let's crush those blacks a little bit. Boom, to about, whoops, let's bring that maybe to around 6%, and clip the whites, same thing, 6-7%. And real quick guys, this is to fade the blacks and to make the whites kind of an off-white color. Let's move up to further that contrast, get a nice contrast going. Bring the blacks to at least a good 35%, whites up to 35 as well. Bring up the shadows slightly. Get a bit more detail in the dark areas right there. I'd say 20% is good. And the highlights, let's bring that down slightly to about 20. Boom, let's further that contrast to about 30%. And now by furthering contrast with this, yes, the whites and blacks are going to be further contrasted, but so are the colors, right? So the reds, the blues, like everything's going to be more contrast. The colors are going to pop more. So let's bring the saturation down about 10%, 15% to even that out, if that makes sense. And here we have a pretty flat-ish image, so just by looking at it here, we can bring up the contrast a bit more. And let's bring up that exposure, because I always shoot underexposed, right, to keep those rich blacks and details. 20% looks pretty clean. Highlights are now a little bright. We will even that out. Here's a before and an after. Before, after, that's looking pretty good so far. Blacks, I can make these richer and deeper. Let's bring that down to about 45 whites. Let's get those to pop a bit more, get an even more contrast. Before, after, before, after. I like my photos, again, very moody, earthy, organic tones, low color, high contrast. So we have this here, which is looking pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with this. The grain, not too fuzzy, not too much, a good amount going. And I think I'm going to keep this. So let's, for now, save this preset, copy. We have everything here. And, oh, before I move on to the second image, I want to say that yes, this image is fine. The one thing I would do to improve it would be to add a subject right here, right? Now, if you guys can look very closely, I have some footprints here, but they didn't show up on camera the way I thought they would. And because of that, I have a lot of dead area right here. If I had a little subject, maybe like a dark subject right here, just walking along to show perspective of how big this mountain is, I would really like that. Anyways, copy the preset and bring it over to our second photo. Let's open this up and paste it to see how it looks. I do this to save time with my photos. All right, let's let it load up. And 3, 2, 1. Come on, come on, load. Boom, paste it. Okay, that is a bit much. So that's actually too contrasted. The whites and the blacks are just, it's too much. So I'm gonna bring the blacks up a little bit. And already that's looking a lot better. The shadows, let's bring that up a little bit. They're again too dark. And yeah, that's looking okay. Now the horizon's looking a little wonky. You can see here it's flat, but the lake, it's curving up a bit. I'm not too worried about that because the majority of the horizon is centered. The exposure, we can bring that up a little bit. Maybe to 40%. Whites are a bit high. I can even bring down this is really contrasted like a lot, so let's even bring that down a little bit. You know what? Highlights are a bit much. Bring that down. We can even bring this down to maybe like 40, 30, 40. Here's the before and an after. So yeah, I'm probably gonna tweak this up a little bit more. I can even crush the blacks a little bit. Maybe put that to about 7%, and grain's looking okay. I might add that to, maybe bring that up to about 45, just to get a bit more of that mood feel. And that's pretty much it. Now, with these photos, guys, keep in mind that I will most likely go back and retouch them up just slightly, but this is the bulk of it. So there's a before and an after. Yeah, I probably will retouch this up a little bit. But that is it for this voiceover right here. I hope this helped. I hope you guys are able to learn something from this. And with that said, I will see you guys back in my room. Peace. And that is the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys liked it. I hope it helped. I hope you're able to learn a thing or two about landscape photography, outdoor photography. I truly love this stuff, and I'd recommend it to all of you guys. It's amazing. Again, having that feeling to know that you don't have to rely on anyone. You can shoot solo, and you can do it on your schedule. Right? So that's it, guys. If you guys did learn something or liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new here, what's up? My name's David. This channel's all about outdoor photography. I make vlogs and tutorials on that stuff. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. Much love. See you in the next one. Peace.